Hello, YouTube Sphere. It's Real Estate Thursday. About to get it started. I'm so excited to be here, y'all. Let me get my other camera started. I had to start off with a smile. Yes, it's Real Estate Thursday, people. And I'm glad to be here. And it's Teacher Appreciation Week. So make sure you appreciate a teacher today and every day. We work hard for these babies because we love to do it because nobody else will ever do what we do. But I'm here to talk real estate today. So I'm excited to be here. And it's been a lot going on, especially here in the Detroit and the surrounding areas. So I gotta get it to it. I gotta make sure that y'all know what's going on because I've been watching the market. Have you been watching the market? I don't know if you've been watching the market, but if you've been watching the market, then you should know that it is going crazy right now. And having these conversations is going to help you be able to do all the things that you need to do to be great. So I'm just saying, I want everybody to be great. It don't matter if you're in the Detroit area, but I want my people in Detroit to be great. But I can help you all across the United States. So let's get into it. So I want to talk about how do you get started without having to pay 20% down? Because I think people still have this stigma in their mind that 20% down is like what you have to pay. And that's not true. And plus, I'm coming on here early because the Piss is playing tonight. So I got to get this going. But I wanted to make sure that I came on here to educate because I am Toria Howard, a real estate educator. And I want to ensure you that I am bringing you everything that you need to be great in this market. So let me say this. You don't need 20% down to purchase a home. So you have some mortgage companies that have 1% down. You have some, the standard is 3.5%, but you can get some at 3%. You know, you can get credits from it's so many different things. But let's talk about the down payment assistance programs that are out here because people have a miseducation about that and how that works. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. So drop a 1 in the comments if you are new here. Drop a 2 if you've been here before, and drop a 3 if you have been following me for a while. And I really appreciate it. So let me say this before we start. The people who are buying homes right now are not always the people making the most money. I think people think like you need a whole lot of money to purchase a home, and you really don't. A lot of people are buying homes because they understand how to use programs available to them, especially the ones that are in certain industries. You have things for teachers, firefighters, police, first responders. You might have something at your job that they offering. You only know until you ask questions. So tonight I'm going to break down how these assistance programs actually work, who qualifies, what most people misunderstand, and how some buyers are getting thousands towards buying a home, and you can get that too. So because if you're still sitting around thinking you need $40,000 saved to buy a home, somebody else is going to buy the home you want using strategy, and you want to have the right strategy. So that's why you have to be in a place, in a space where you're with the right individuals that's going to get you there, right? So drop home in the comments if home ownership is still one of your goals. I just want to know. So let's talk about the biggest myths about buying a home. So the first one, let's clear this up. The biggest myth first is that you need 20% down, like I mentioned before. Most first-time home buyers think that they need to put 20% down on a home to purchase a home. It's like, because when you go to realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia, all these, the first thing they pop in there, if you can scroll down to wherever it is, the mortgage is always going to be set. It's like a default to 20%. But most FHA loans are 3.5%. Like I said, you get some at 1%. The second myth is you have to be rich to buy a home. You don't. You can be making, they said the average income in The United States is $65,000, right? Depending on where you live. Here the median income is like 40. So you could still purchase a home, but a lot of people think that they supposed to purchase a home and then you're supposed to have all the bells and whistles and the things, but you purchase a home to get started so you can use it for leverage. So you don't have to be rich. What you need is preparation, financial strategy, understanding your options. That's the biggest thing. And then the third thing is you need perfect credit. You don't need perfect credit. You do not need an 800 credit score to become a homeowner. They have lowered the FHA limits. Actually, they have eliminated FHA limits of credit, if you didn't know that. There is no like a credit score limit for FHA loans. That's a government-backed loan anymore. Conventional, there is. And every lender is going to have their own parameters. So the lowest I've seen that you can use to get down payment assistance is 580. So it just all depends on the lender. So you have to go, and I'm not trying to tell you to buy a home with bad credit or whatever the case may be, but buying a home can help boost your credit if you didn't know that, because it's putting an installment loan on your credit report, and it's a substantial one, hundreds of thousands of dollars in most cases. And you're adding value to your credit report by doing so. So the second thing I want to talk about is which assistance programs actually help with purchasing a home. So let's talk about what these programs can actually do. So assistance programs can help you with down payment, closing costs, lowering cash out of pocket, and interest rate support in some situations. So in Detroit, Michigan, there are programs helping buyers with up to 20,000, 25,000, sometimes more when you layer strategically. So you might get the city of Detroit grant, and then you might get some more money from somewhere else. You might be able to use whatever. You might be able to stack different programs depending on the lender and if they know how to do it. And you can come out with almost nothing. The down payment and closing cost part. Now you're going to need money for your inspection, your appraisal, and you're going to need money to, move and stuff like that. But that's only, and I would say about $2,000 versus 30,000 or 40,000. So you do the math. And if you find a lender that knows what they're doing, they'll give you every single program that you can use to eliminate the money that you have to come out of pocket, besides inspection, appraisal, and moving costs or whatever. But you might get some money back at the closing table that help you do that too, if you get the right lender that's gonna stack the money for you. So it just all depends. So the third thing I want to say is Detroit opportunities are here. There's a lot of opportunities here. I get so many people. I get people that want to relocate here, even though we're cold state and cold city and everything like that. We live in a beautiful city, and I despise people that live here, that are born and raised here, that hate this city. Like, that's crazy to me. I love this city. I really do, and I've lived in other states. So don't talk bad about Detroit if you have never lived nowhere else. There's no place like here. I just want to say that first and foremost. I've lived in 3 other states, and I've visited more than half of the states across this country. And we have 50 of them. I even been to Puerto Rico. So, because I think I only got like 10 states I haven't been to, So it's like, there's no place like here. There's no place like home. But I love it here. And I'm going to be buying real estate here. I'm going to be doing all of the things because this city gave so much to me and made me who I am. It made all of us who we are. And we don't see it like that because a lot of people have this negative stigma about where they come from. Where you come from is not who you are. It's what you make of it. And a lot of people want to leave or whatever, but you got people coming back. The others are moving in. And we're going to miss out if we don't. Well, some of y'all miss out because I'm not. But some of y'all going to miss out if you don't understand what's going on. And there's so much money out here. And if you letting your credit hold you back, you got free programs that's helping people get there. I work with a lender right now who has free credit repair to help you get into a home. I know a person that I know is doing $500 credit repair, and if you got a bankruptcy, it's $1,000. Some of y'all went and spent that, your check, tax return money, blew that. Come on, man. Like, we gotta get it together. So I just want to say that, just a little side note. But this is why I'm telling people not to sleep on Detroit, because a lot of people outside of Detroit are not sleeping on it. So Detroit has appreciation value that's going 20 to 25% year on year. And what that means is our real estate is moving in appreciation. And that's why taxes are going up too. That it goes hand in hand. Appreciation goes up, taxes go up, right? But it's so much development going on here in so many different pockets. So you got the Joe Louis Greenway, you have revitalization corridors, you have buyers still finding homes under $250,000. That is still, it's been homes that have been fully renovated and beautiful. And if you've been following me, you've seen I've posted some. Those houses went $300,000, $400,000, $600,000. They were $160,000, $180,000, $200,000. I might have posted something maybe close to $300,000. But you can still get a nice home for under $250K. I just posted one that was $169,000. Earlier in the winter months, I was posting some that were brand new, looking great, at $140,000. So you keep on waiting, keep on missing. So, and then there's a lot of neighborhoods gaining momentum before prices fully explode. So I'm gonna talk about that, because people are waiting for the perfect time while investors are quietly positioning themselves now. And investors are going to buy these homes, renovate them, and rent them out to you. Why not buy them yourself? So this is what we're talking about. We want to make sure that you understand how things are working and everything like that. Do you know what neighborhoods are actually going crazy right now? Or I should say going crazy, but under the radar, because the Jefferson Corridor, the University Fashion District, Jefferson Charmers, Dexter Linwood, Cooley High area. If you're familiar with these areas, I'm telling you, they quietly creeping. Also, a sleeper. It's like the Lodge Schaefer area too. Lodge Schaefer area is a sleeper as well. So you got Jefferson Charmers, you got the Riverview, like the Riverfront, Jefferson area, like by Belle Isle. You have Indian Village, Island View. You have, like I said, the University District is a sleeper because of the fact of this. There's a fashion district. That's off of Livernois, between 6 and 8. And the more you stay in that pocket between 6 and 8, and that's Sherwood Forest too. You have $1 million homes over there, but you still can find homes like 140, 150, 170, 160. 3-4 bedrooms already done. And those appreciations are going to go up because you have homes in that area that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 700,000 right now. And appreciation is going to continue to go up. Hey, Sheree. So you need to understand there's a lot of sleeper pockets in Detroit that's about to blow up. By the time 2030 comes, and the Joe Louis Greenway is going to be done by 2027, which is next year. The W is about to be done. They're about to put the Cosmodome down here. The soccer team about to come. The NBA team. Look at what the Detroit Pistons is doing. The Lions are doing. The Red Wings are doing. Like, all our sports teams are doing well. It's attracting a lot of people. We about to get the Final Four. They're adding 1,600 hotel rooms as we speak, because the tourism about to come up. And when the tourism come and these people see what's going on here, they're going to try to move here. Plus, you got Detroit Move. that's giving people $15,000 to move here. Also, if you're an existing resident, they're giving you $15,000 to buy a home, renovate your home, or put money on your business. If you don't get the 15, they're giving you 1,000. It's too much money out here, man, for people to not being able to invest in themselves. I'm telling you, like, y'all can sleep on Detroit if you want to. A lot of people are not. I keep my ear to the street because I'm in real estate, of course, but you should understand what's going on in your own surroundings. These sleeper pockets that's going on around this city that people keep, because I told people, like, I'm moving to the Dexter Linwood area. Dexter Linwood area. Have y'all been over there? That's my old neighborhood. My old childhood friend, when she was on here, we grew up over there. And they about putting a horse tech farm on Linwood. Who would have thought that? On the on the wood. They redid the street with the structural bike lanes. It looks so clean over there. They're putting the whole shopping. They wanted to look like the fashion district, but Dexter. But they want to make it better. So we're going to have two parts of the city, the fashion district and Dexter Linwood area. Well, excuse me. It's called, what is it called now? Well, it's always been that. I forgot, something Woods. But I know it is Dexter Linwood. That's what I know. But it's so many sleeper pockets that's in our city that people are sleeping on. And you can get $25,000 from the city of Detroit. There's a $20,000 launch grant. You have the first generational grant program to buy a home if your parents have never bought a home. That's $25,000. Move Detroit giving up to $15,000. It's too much money out here for us to be sleeping on not buying any real estate or renovating your home or starting a business. Like, you can use your home to help you start a business once you get it, once you get your equity, because if you buy right, then you can use your equity to help you buy a business or start a business. My client just did that. She bought a house in October. She bought a house for $110,000 over in the Cooley High area off of Finkel. People like, Finkel? She live on a nice block. Detroit is block to block type of thing. She bought a nice block. She did some few renovations. She bought it for $110,000. Her house right now, because of the little renovations that she did, is worth $130,000, $140,000 easy. And she bought it for $110,000. Not only that she did that, she gonna do more, but there's a house in her neighborhood that sold for $185,000. So not only is her house gonna appreciate, that house gonna continue to appreciate, and then all the houses around it gonna appreciate, then you're gonna be priced out. $110,000. It was move-in ready. She went in and did some few cosmetic updates. Looks beautiful. Look like a whole totally different house. People don't have vision. Like, they go in these homes, they like, oh, it's not this, it's not that. What is your own vision, your own spin that you could put on your own home? That's the point of having your own home, to do what you want to do yourself, not because somebody else did it. But if you don't want to do that, there are plenty of homes that people have renovated. I've been looking through my buy box, of course, but I've been looking at homes today. I saw one for $169,000 that somebody did beautifully in a 48235, which is like the Schaefer Lodge area. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It's like 2,000 square feet. Like, it's a no-brainer. So I just want to come on here to educate you all. Like, don't sleep on Detroit, because other people are not. And these homes are going quickly. But it's so much money out here for us to be able to purchase in Detroit. Like, I understand people want to run to the suburbs. People want to run to Houston. People in Texas don't want us no more. They tired. Their housing prices then went up. Their cost of living went up because people running there. And guess what? People about to do the same thing. By the time 2030 comes, because we about to have all this stuff, especially downtown. People want to live close to downtown. And if you get an Island View, Jefferson Chalmers, the River View area over there by Belle Isle, the Dexter Linwood area, like, you get into the pockets that's surrounding it, and you get a house right now, your appreciation about to skyrocket, because Detroit downtown about to be crazy. Cosmodome, soccer stadium, all our sports teams about to be downtown. WNBA team, it's about to be up. And if you don't understand how real estate works, anytime there's new development, anytime there's new things coming, there is going to be a boom in real estate. And it's going to start at the center. It's going to spread out. If you get something, how do you get started? DM me and I will let you know. Because it's a lot of, it's steps to this, but I promise you it's well worth it. So send me a DM and I will let you know how to get started. First thing is contacting me so I can point you in the right direction, because it all depends on where you are. So I can't just pinpoint like and say like start here. It all depends on like where you are in your life right now, or what you need and all of that. So we have to have a conversation. So please reach out to me. So I just say all that to say, I am so passionate about this city. I'm so passionate about helping people and educating people about this beautiful city that is about to turn into a metropolis like we've never seen it before. If you go on the City of Detroit website or you Google the City of Detroit 2030 plan, this plan was done 20 years ago. You're going to see the plans for this city. The number streets where all the projects are, they got $1 million structures over there, y'all. Where the projects used to be. It's $1 million structures. The city is going up. Look at the hospital district, right? Over there by Henry Ford. All that. That's still close to downtown. And you got new development. It's up. It don't matter where you buy in the city. It's up. So I just want to say, this is exactly why I wrote my book, Keys to Your Castle, because I realized too many people were becoming homeowners without understanding budgeting, maintenance, taxes, equity strategy, wealth building after closing, because that's what I didn't know. When I bought my first home, I was so financially illiterate. So I don't just want people to buy a home. I want you to keep them and build wealth from them, because you can do that. So I also have my Pathway to Keys program, and that's why I created that program to explain homeowner preparation, credit education, budgeting strategy, DPA education, which is down payment assistance, home ownership game plan. We can sit down and make your home ownership game plan, and I can walk you through that. Investor mindset training, because you have to buy like an investor. This program is designed to help people stop guessing and finally understand the process. That's why I made it. So if you let me ask you a question though before I go. What's the biggest thing stopping you from buying a home? What's the biggest thing stopping you? Because if you think it's the down payment, if you think your credit is bad, if you think like all of these things that we think we have anxiety about, it's not fear, it's anxiety, because these are drummed up things that we're in our head that we come up with to stop us from doing what we're supposed to do. So if you have any questions or concerns or something that's holding you back, I've helped people turn that around, change their mindset, and become homeowners. That's what I do. I'm a transformative leader out here. I do it for a living, and I'm trying my best. I'm striving my best to assist adults in ownership, because the ownership is going to bring you all the other things that you need to be great. Take that home, do great things with it, use your equity to help you buy other properties, start business, whatever it is. So comment with your questions, because I'm answering them. I want y'all to really, get into it. So last thing is, here's what people don't realize. Programs change. Funding can run out. Appreciation changes affordability. Interest rates fluctuate every single day. And waiting can cost you more in the long term. So these programs are not going to be here forever. So you need to make sure you jump on it. People who position themselves early usually win. I'm telling people to make sure you secure something at least by next year, no later than 2028. Because 2029, when 2030 hit, it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. 2028, it might be too late, but it's still gonna be semi-affordable. Because there's still a lot of areas that still need redevelopment, but they moving fast. They're moving fast. So if you're serious about becoming a homeowner, stop waiting for everything to be perfect. I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be. The parameters have changed. They're making it easier. DM me keys for information about my book. DM me pathway to learn more about my Pathway to Keys program because I'm here to assist you with your real estate needs. So, with that being said, everybody have a beautifully blessed day. About to get ready to watch these Pistons and enjoy the game and all of the things. I'm a sports girly. Go green, right? But love y'all. See y'all later. See you next week. But you know, if you follow me, you're going to see me every day. My YouTube is here.